Hi guys, glad you're here. Looks like we've got a nice, oops, you're okay. I think it's all right now. That was weird. I've never had that happen before. Okay, well, hopefully the camera will keep working. That was a little strange. I don't know why I got light and dark all of a sudden. I'm back where I should be now, but that was strange. Okay, and I promise my computer is plugged in and the power tower is turned on right, so that it should not get blurry tonight. I can't believe I did that last week. Oh, hi, Christy from Indianapolis in my neck of the woods. Glad you're back. Hi, Karen from Ashland, Oregon. Glad you're back too. And Sarah Mitchell from North Carolina. Hope you're doing okay. I've got a few people I know in North Carolina. Thankfully, they weren't in the mountains. I hope you're doing good too. I would say you probably are since you were able to get online. I'm glad you are. Hi, Ellen from Chantilly, Virginia. Robin from Martinsville, my buddy. Let's see, Becky White. Hi, Becky. Hi, Ann from South Arizona. Glad you got to come again this week. Thanks for liking and sharing, Becky. Okay, and Hilda, glad you're here from upstate New York. And Marva's back. Glad you're here, Marva. Hi. Oh, thanks for sharing, Karen. I appreciate that. Oh, I got a lot of people on here already. Hi, Marva. Liked and shared. Thank you. Hi, Lorraine. Glad you could come back again. And Jeanne, Crystal. Hi, Lola from Green Bay. I don't think I realized you were in Green Bay. My husband used to go to Wisconsin all the time. I know I've got a few other people on here from Wisconsin too. Hi, Jan. And see, Marv already said hi to you. Oh, Becky Schlossnagel. Got a couple Beckys again. Glad you're back from Pennsylvania. Let's see, Crystal, I think I said hi to you. I want to make sure I tell you hi. You're here every single week. A lot of you are actually. Okay. Oh, good, Sarah. You say you're fine. Good. I'm glad. So you live in central North Carolina. Okay, good. I'm glad you're good. And Mary Schreiber, glad you're here. And Paula Newman, glad you're here, watching from Wyoming. And Ellen McBrain, I'm glad you're here too. Okay, some of you already started the hashtag door prize. That is good. So those of you that know what that is, go right ahead and do it. I'll talk about that here in just a minute. There are a couple promos I wanted to be able to tell you guys about that I didn't want you to miss. Let me see if I got that looking down on my other camera here. And I didn't want you to miss out on them. So I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here. There we go. First off, if you have wanted to get some of our kits collections and haven't done it before, October's the time to do it. They're up to 30% off, which is a really good deal. So if you wanted, I don't think I put the card. I will put a link to the kits collection in my YouTube video description after the video is over. And tell you what, in YouTube, I'll go ahead and put that in the comments section too. But if you can't find it in the comments, if you're on Facebook, click that Learn More button. Let me tell you about the links quick too. I always mean to tell you this first. If you're watching on Facebook, any links I bring up, you can find by clicking that Learn More button at the top of my Facebook page. If you're watching on YouTube, you can find all of the links I talk about down in the video description, except for the kits collection, and I will add that once the video is over. I totally forgot to add that this morning. But there are a lot of really good ones. There are actually 2 brand new kit collections that came out October 1st, and those are even on sale. So you might want to check that out. You can also find it, if you want to look at it right now, just click my online store link and then go to the section that says Kits Collection. You'll be able to find them there too. And got another wonderful starter kit special. If you've ever thought about becoming a demonstrator, I'd love for you to join my team. And there is a link down below to learn the benefits of joining my team. I've got a list of good reasons to be a demonstrator and also reasons to be part of my team. This month, your $99 starter kit you will get an extra $30 in product of your choice. They're not picking it for you. You always get up to $125 worth of product before shipping and tax, but now it's going to be $155 that you get. Plus, you'll still get your paper pumpkin kit, value $25, business supplies for $50 value, and always free shipping. So the kit's already a good deal. Now you can get it an extra $30 for the product of your choice. So that's it for the month of October. So make sure if you have any questions, you can contact me by clicking that contact me link in my Learn More button and in my video description, and I can go ahead and show you my email real quick, just in case you have trouble finding those places. And you can write that down. It's christyfalk@createwithchristy.com. So I'll leave that up just for a minute so you can get a chance to write that down. If you have any questions, or you can even do it in the comments too, just let me know. Got a couple of my ladies on here watching tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the door prize. So hopefully you've got that written down. If not, I can bring it back up again. Just ask me. Let's see. If you live in the United States and want to be part of my door prize drawing, you'll need to type in hashtag door prize just like you see it on the screen. The reason it has to be just like it is on the screen while you're watching live is because I have a program that picks the winner, and it only pulls the comments that say hashtag door prize. So first off, you have to live in the United States, and if you want to be part of the drawing. If you don't worry about it. You can just comment and have fun. Don't worry about the hashtag door prize because you won't be put in the drawing. But these are from last week. I always do two door prizes, one for everybody that watches live and one that watches live and watches the replay, because I want my replay ladies to have a chance too. So I put the names that everybody put hashtag door prize last week in this wheel. So these are the Opal Rounds assortments. These are in the annual catalog right now, but I've got a full pack to give away to somebody. Let me go ahead and get this wheel up, and we will see who's going to win. And we always have to wait till it stops, because there's sometimes I know who the winner's going to be, and then it moves some more. So let's see. There have been so many close calls. Oh, Jamie Sanders. I don't think you've won before. I have your address because you're in my monthly online card club. So congratulations, Jamie. I'm glad you got a chance to win. I'm pretty sure you haven't won before. So I've got your name on there. So let me switch here. Congratulations, Jamie. Okay, so I will put that over to the side. Now for this week's. Now, I brought back a couple that I've given away before, but I've got multiples, so I want to bring them back. These are the, why can I never remember these? Adhesive-Backed Swirl Dots. These come in that latte suite that's in the online exclusives. There we go. I couldn't think of the word exclusives for some reason. But this is for during the live, and these are good with that latte set, but there's also pecan pie up here. You just can't see them. There's some little dark ones up here, and petal pink, and these are considered white, but I still think those look more very vanilla, and I think it's just because they've got some of those pecan pie swirls in them. It's what I'm guessing is that color of the swirls. But you'll get put in the drawing for these. These are great for that. They're great for fall projects all year long, actually, not just for fall, but I thought this would be a good one to pull out since we're still working on fall stuff. So that's for everybody that's watching a live here tonight that does hashtag door prize that lives in the United States. Make sure you type it in just like you see there on the screen. Then everybody that's watching the live and the replay that lives in the US that does the hashtag door prize will also get put in the drawing for my last pack of the adhesive-backed cork rounds. These came out last year. They're retired. So this is the absolute last one I can give away, unless somebody doesn't claim it. I've had that happen before. I'm still waiting on one person to get hold of me on my last one. So Peggy Barth, if you're watching, make sure you click that contact me link, because I've got a door prize for you. I haven't heard from you to get your address yet. So this is for everybody that watches this. And Jamie, I don't know if you saw, I just saw you do hashtag door prize. You won last week's door prize. Those are those Opal Rounds assortments. So I will mail those out to you. I've got your address and you're in my club. So I want to make sure you saw that. I just saw your name pop up, but you can definitely still be in the drawing for next week. So these are everybody for the live here tonight that is hashtag door prize will be putting this for the swirl dots, and then the cork rounds, or for everybody who watches the replay and the live here tonight. Okay. Time for talk about the class. I'm going to show you a few things first before I show you the card kits. Oops, I forgot to open this up. I usually open this up ahead of time. This is the Regal Flora bundle. I think this bundle is, I'm going to go ahead and take the hashtag. I'll bring it back again later for those of you that come on late. But here is the bundle. I have been wanting to use this one for a while. I couldn't wait to do tonight's again. There are so many bundles that I fell in love with in the September to December mini catalog. There are a lot of really neat ones. Now this one, you're thinking, okay, most of the catalog is holiday. This one's not too much holiday, but you can use it all year long. They like to put a set in there every once in a while that's not necessarily for any of the holidays, but can definitely be used for the holidays, because you can definitely use Christmas colors with some of these florals and make Christmas cards, or fall cards with fall colors. You can do so much with this set. And I'll be making the cards here in just a minute. So that is the Regal Flora. And I'm going to show you the paper. First off, I'll tell you about the class, then I'll show you the paper. So if you live in the United States and place an order with me, you have to place at least a $40 order between now and next Wednesday, which is October 9th. It'll be the end of the day, your time zone. So midnight, your time zone is the deadline next Wednesday, the 9th. And if you place that $40 order using that host code, let me get the host code up here so you can see it all the time. You will get these 3 card packs. I know both of these might look the same, but they're not. I ended up using Cherry Cobbler as a card base for 2 of the cards. It just looked perfect for both of the DSPs I picked out. So these are definitely different. So you get enough to make 2 of each card I'm going to make here tonight. So you place that $40 order before shipping and tax. It's always before shipping and tax. I've had a few people get super close, but I'm afraid they might have looked at the final total. You need to make sure you look at the before the shipping and tax total. So there's that. And then if you bump it up to a $50 order before shipping and tax with the host code, I will also give you the Regal Foiled Adhesive-Backed Dots. You'll be able to see all the colors here in just a minute because we got shaded spruce up here. But and I'm using these on all the cards, and it also is part of the Regal Winter Suite. So that's where this bundle came from, the embellishments, this ribbon, and also this paper. And I'm going to show you this paper here in just a minute. It is so pretty. It is gorgeous. So if you like Regal colors, Regal is a perfect name for this bundle. You'll want to get these card kits. So recap again, $40 order before shipping and tax with that host code. You will get the card kits to make 2 each of the cards, bump it up to $50 before shipping and tax with the host code, and you'll get the Regal Foiled Dots. Now, if you place a $150 order before shipping and tax, do not use that host code. You'll still get all of this, and you'll also get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up. I don't want you to miss out on that. But if the order is under $150 before shipping and tax, you have to use the host code in order to get these. Because I use the Stampin' Rewards that I earn throughout your orders to be able to get these embellishments for you and the cardstock and stuff to make so I can give these away. Some of the stuff I definitely do pay for, but it's nice to be able to defer my cost just a little bit so I can give you more. Okay. Now I want to show you this paper, and then I'll start making the cards. It's gorgeous. I'm going to do another video here along the because I'm trying to do I've got all the suites now. I'm going to do a video for each suite making a card at the end, but I want to show you everything. Sometimes lives, it starts to blur the paper and it might not look just right. So I'll do a recorded video hopefully soon. I'm a little behind as usual, and you'll be able to see it better. But I just had to show you here tonight anyway. It's 12 by 12 pack, as you can probably tell. Double-sided as usual. Oh, hi, Patty. Glad you're here. And Carmen, I just saw your name pop up too. Okay, so I've got this. Oh, and Carmen's from Georgia. Oh, and Nancy Collier, glad you're here. Just saw your Margaret. Hi. Glad you're here. That's somebody on my team, and I've known for years before that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and this paper is just pretty, isn't it? I love it. It's got, I can't remember all the, oh yeah, I can tell you the colors. There's Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, Wild Wheat, Cherry Cobbler, Blackberry Bliss, Night of Navy, and Berry Burst. So it's got really neat ones. So there's this side and then this side. I still really like this one. Isn't that gorgeous? With the Cherry Cobbler and then dark shades of it. And they are little flowers too. Put that up a little closer so you can see it. But, I just love this paper. Here's more of a Wild Wheat. I'll bring that up a little bit. And then this side, I like that too. There is not one design I don't like in this set. And here, let me show you the difference. You're probably thinking, okay, that's the exact same paper. The colors are a little different. Like you see, they're more Cherry Cobbler flowers here. Now they've got some Berry Burst ones over here. There's still some Cherry Cobblers, but they changed the colors up a little bit. And to be honest, I don't mind having more of this design. That's probably my favorite one in the pack. Okay, then we've got the other side. So this has got the same type flowers, but they're Night of Navy instead of the cherry poplar like the other one had. This one's pretty. I'm using this one on one of the cards too. I love the colors, the Night of Navy and the Blackberry Bliss, and some lighter shades of those colors. I think that's just gorgeous. So there's that one, and here's the other side of that one. So this one's more of a texture, but that's a really pretty, the Blackberry Bliss. Yeah, Becky, isn't it gorgeous? I love it. Oh, hi, Judy. Boy, I've got 4 of my team members here today. I'm glad you guys are here. We should have a little team meeting. I've been trying to get one set up, a Zoom meeting. Haven't been able to do it lately. But here's this. Glad you guys are here. Okay, so I've got this one. Turn this over. And there's that one. So that one's another texture one. That's pretty peacock. And last but not least, this one. So you can see there's some designs that are similar, but they've changed the colors up. I really like this one with the different colors. I use this one on one of the cards too. But it's just so pretty. And another one, I love this gingham type look too, or plaid. Probably more plaid. Yeah, that's plaid. I don't know why I said gingham. But that is the Regal Winter DSP that's in this, the September to December mini. I'll just call it Holiday Mini from here on out. It's a little easier to say. I just had to show you that paper. It's gorgeous. Oh, Christy likes the paper. Yes, the samples in the catalog don't do it justice. I totally agree. Okay, let's see. I think I've said hi to everybody. Oh, yes, and Judy's in Iowa now. She's lives in Indiana, but she's a sorority mom over in Iowa. Okay, let's grab the first kit. I've shown you the bundle. Yes, I want to make sure I showed you the bundle. But here's this. This is the first card. Get that ribbon out of there. So this is going to show you what comes in the kit. You'll see everything because I'm just grabbing a kit, but I'm only got 1 of each instead of 2 of each. So everybody will get double. The ribbon, though, is what you'll get because I'll show you about that here in a minute. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love this paper. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. Oh, Nancy's from Oklahoma. I'm glad you're here. Okay. I had the hardest time. I wish I could make this tilt up more. There, that's better. When I stand up, I can't see your comments quite as well. I might have to see if I can figure out a way to make it higher up. Okay, so I'm going to get those corners lined up. There we go. And I use this is a folder we've had for a few years now, the painted texture. So this is the size of it. And it's a 3D folder. I love this one. I've used it a lot. It can be used on so many different things. I'm going to go ahead. You know what? I'm going to do some attaching here first. This is a 1.5 by 5 1/4 inch piece. I'm going to turn that over. Getting low on the seal. I feel like I'm always getting low on seal, but I make a lot of cards. And I'm going to put this right along this right edge. Like so. I usually line up the long edge and then one of the short ends. And then I turn it over just in case, because sometimes after you emboss cardstock, it kind of, I want to get rid of this. It kind of, shrinks a little bit sometimes. And it looks like I didn't get that quite straight because I'm seeing pink over here where I don't want to see it. Okay. And turn this over, and yep, I thought I saw a piece. If you line up at least one of the ends, that means you only have one that you have to cut if it's a little too long. I'd rather it was too long than too short. There we go. And then with the ribbon, if you get the kit, you'll have 2 strands. This real long one is a 14-inch one. So what you're going to want to do is fold this in half. Oh, I agree, Patty. That paper's gorgeous. So I got that folded in half, and then I'm going to cut it, and this is going to give me 2 7-inch pieces. So one goes for the second card, and one is for this one. This one is the 10-inch one. You're going to fold it in half, so you can get 2 5-inch pieces. Okay, so I'm going to take the longer 7-inch one and some tear and tape. And I love this ribbon. Let me get that up a little close. Isn't that pretty? It's Blackberry Bliss and gold textured ribbon. but that the edges are very shiny. Really, it's not. It's kind of showing you that it's shiny, but it's really, really shiny in person. It's really pretty. Goes perfectly with this paper. So I'm going to use tear and tape and make it so it's longer than the width of the ribbon. That way it'll hold a lot better. Okay. Put this right here. I'm kind of overlapping the DSP just a little bit. I don't want to cover it up too much with that ribbon, but then I don't want a gap here either. So it's just going over just the very edge of it. And then I always tighten it to where it's taut. You don't want to tighten it too much to where the cardstock starts to buckle a little bit. Okay, now that the ribbon is on there, I'm going to go ahead and put seal on other parts here. Get my take your pick tool. And I always push this down, especially when it's embossed paper, to make sure that adhesive is good and stuck on that paper. And then kind of jiggle this going in between the ribbon and the end of the adhesive. There we go. If you ever start to pull that away and it starts bringing up the adhesive, push it back down again. And I always go on the other side and try to get it to come up better. And that usually works out perfect. There, that one's coming off a little easier than the first one did. Okay, so I want to make sure the fold is on the left. The DSP is on the right. There we go. I mean, that just looks pretty just by itself. And petal pink is not one of the colors listed for the paper. I thought the lighter versions in this look really close to that petal pink. So that's why I picked that out. I think it looks good with it. So I would add petal pink on that list. Okay, I'm going to wait on that one for right now. I'm going to start doing some stamping here. Put this to the side. This is, those of you that have watched me before, this is a cling stamp set with rubber, but I still like to use my Stampin' Pierce mat to help it stamp even better. Now there are two strips in here. One is 8.5 by 2 and one is 8.5 by 2 3/4. The fat one is going to be for the die cutting of the label. This one right here. So the fatter one I'm going to put over to the side for now. This one is 8.5 by 2. And this is what I'm going to stamp all my flowers with. I'm going to use cherry cobbler. Now, one thing I might have to show you. Let's see how this works. The first time I made this is a new ink pad. I had to replace my old cherry cobbler. And it is pretty juicy. And I had to push some of the ink down because it made this stamp get inked up way too much. And you couldn't see the really neat texture in it. So let's see. It's sat overnight now because I made these last night. So we'll see if it's too dark. Oh, yeah, there are places that just doesn't quite look right there. You can see a little bit of the texture, but not much on this one. So I'm going to turn this over. Whenever you have an ink pad that does that, grab an old bone folder. This is one, as you can tell, I use all the time with my ink. And I'm going to push the ink back down into the pad. Just every once in a while, you might get an ink pad that's just a little bit too juicy. My other ones, I didn't have to do this. I just had to do it on this one. And I'm going to grab baby wipe here, if I can get just one. Of course, a bunch of them are falling out. There we go. Just take the ink off as much, just so I don't make a mess. As you can tell, this is already stained, so I just use it for my ink pads. Oh, I want to get this out of the way so I don't get something dirty. Okay, now it's going to stamp a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and clean this off to make sure I don't have any excess ink in it. Okay. This should stamp a lot better now. So it's the ink that I'm going to turn it over because I can make sure I get it inked up good. There, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to stamp this here. Much better. I'll show you the comparisons. See, you can see a little more of the detail, how some places are lighter than others. And this was the one that was just a little too dark and you really can't see it as well. So it's that one versus this one. That one looks a lot better. So if you ever have one where it's just too dark doesn't show all the detail, then do what I did with this ink pad. And this will probably be fine because I'm going to use it again on the next card, and it's probably going to, I won't have to push that down again. I had a feeling I would after it sat all night. Ooh, I still need that color. Let's bring that back. Now I'm going to use this stamp. I'm going to stamp this like this just to make sure I've got enough room for all the other flowers. See, it's still stamping really good. It's got that detail. Then this little flower. So all of those are with cherry cobbler. And then I need shaded spruce with this leaf. Oh, hi, Melissa. Glad you could make it. Happy Thursday to you, too. Okay, I'm going to angle this just a little bit so it fits. And that's all it needs to be stamped on this piece. Get these out of the way. And I will have to, take that back. On this piece, I do want to stamp. See, did I stamp the inside? Oh, yes. I'm going to use this image now with Blackberry Bliss. And I'm just going to stamp this one over here in the corner. As you can tell, that Blackberry Bliss, I didn't have to push the ink down. It's still got that nice detail to it. Okay, so the only other thing we have to do is the greeting. I will do that after I do some die cutting. So get this out of the way. Ugh. There we go. Let's bring this in. I'm going to need, actually, I am using all of these dies tonight, so I'm just going to get them all out so they're ready. I don't have to go digging for them too much anyway. I wanted to show them all together on my magnet sheet. Now, the magnet sheets do not come with the die sets. I do that on my own. I buy those on Amazon. Okay. Oh, hi, Deb Fitzgerald. Glad you're here. And I will see if I can get all of these in so you guys can see them. I'll have to run this through a couple times. Now, these little holes right here, you want to make sure you see the stems. I'm seeing a little bit of the shaded spruce in there, but I definitely want to make sure the leaves are in the right spot. That looks good with the leaves. I still see green in those holes, so that should be good. So this is Post-it tape. You can use Post-it notes or the low-tack painter's tape. The yellow tape works too. Then I've got this little die for this one. So the trick with our die is just make sure you fill in the whole image into that opening of the die. And with this one, you can kind of see the stem again too, but I'm mainly looking at these two stems here that they are filling in that little V that's down there at the bottom. Here is the single flower. This one I don't have to worry about a stem. There and here. And then last but not least on this piece is this one. See if I can get that. I always have to battle my microphone. It's always right in the way. All righty. Now I'm going to get another standard cutting plate. And I forgot to tell you the sandwich, just in case you haven't used our die cutting machine before. For die cutting, you use the base platform, this die plate number 2, and then the standard cutting plate number 3. Then your paper and dies, and then another standard cutting plate on top. And all of these plates come with the machine. Also, the gray specialty plate that is what you use for embossing with our 3D embossing folders. But the nice thing with this platform, the base one, it tells you all the way to do your sandwiches too. So that helps. I just do it all the time, so I don't have to think about it anymore. But it's nice to have that little cheat sheet. Okay, so now I've got this one. I'll have to do that one more time, so I'll leave that there. Got this little guy. Our die is cut so well. That is if I line them up good. That does help, and you just have to fill in the opening. And make it so the opening goes right around the images. And then this one. do one last thing on here. Actually, can I get this? Oh, I can. Good. Okay, so I'll hurry up and get this one lined up. Oops. Okay, there, that got that pretty good, I do believe. Get my tape on there. And then with this label, I'm just going to do, I'm only doing one. As you can see, there's enough room for you to be able to do both of them on the sheet if you get the card kits. I'm going to kind of angle this a little bit so a corner goes in. You always want a little small part like a corner to go in first if you can. You know what? I bet I can angle it better that way. There we go. And I'm giving you plenty of cardstock. You can tell it's a lot wider. Just in case you end up, that's another thing too. You can substitute with another bundle. You do not have to use my bundle. And that way you've got a little more cardstock if you have other shape dies that are a little bigger. Oops, I kind of messed up that end, but that's okay. I'm not using it again. So the neat thing with this one, you get it two for the price of one on this one. Where'd my, oh, there it is. There's a little bit of a frame in here. Just kind of poke it out with a couple of these holes. And it comes right out. And it's got some stitching, so be careful when you take it out. There we go. And I will be using both pieces on the next card. But right now I'm not going to use this one. I'm just going to put this aside in case I want to use it on some other card someday. I'm just going to be using this one on this card. I love how there's a rounded edge and there's also some pointed edges. And then this one here, and that's all the die cutting with this card anyway. Get this all out of the way and finish making the card. Oops. Get this here so I can put this back. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside of the card. Since you know what? I don't know if you can tell, I got a little bitty red yucky thing there. A smudge. So since this is so easy to stamp, I'm just going to do it again. Because I will probably be giving this to somebody, and I don't want to give them one that has, oh, I know I will be. I don't want to be having a cherry cobbler ink there where I don't want it. Oh, hi, Kate. I'm glad you got to catch me live. Glad you're here. Okay, so now I'll turn this over. We can cover this up. Nobody will see it. And I'll just put this on the inside of the card. Right there in the middle. Okay. Oh, thanks, Kate. Kate said she loves everything I make. Thanks. She makes some great cards too, by the way. Okay. And she's the one I was telling you guys about last week. If any of you are watching from Canada and don't have a demonstrator, get a hold of her. The West Coast Paper Crafters. So this one is a 5-inch piece. So I'm just going to cut this. I'm not quite ready to put this on, but since it was right there, I'm going to go ahead and tie it. There we go. Kind of move that. I didn't tighten it all the way, so I can kind of move that knot a little bit to get more in the middle. I'm going to be trimming it, so it doesn't matter. It was a little too far over that time. Put that in my dish. Start putting this together. Oh, yes, I need to stamp this. Now, one thing I did not do, these are little slits. I wonder, and I do believe you can actually stick, well, I'm not going to do it now just because the video is going to be, because I've seen other people do it, but this will open up more. There we go. That'll do it. And you could put ribbon through there. I'm not doing that today, but that's just a little added bonus to this. Oh, hi, Sam. Sleepy Craft. I'm glad you're here. I remembered your name because when I did the door prize wheel today. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this back in. I'm going to use Missing You and Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to stamp this in the upper right corner. There we go. So that is all the stamping needs to be done on this one. Get some seal on here. And I'm going to put this here near the bottom and over a little bit. The thing, no matter which way you go, it's still going to be the pointed ends on the left and right, bottom right, top left, bottom right. So you don't ever have to worry about it being upside down, except for your words, of course, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right down in the middle. Bring in, I'll bring that in, that ribbon in, but definitely these. You can make so many different arrangements with this. All of these mine are a little bit different. This one, I'm going to put some adhesive on here. I'm going to mainly put it in the middle. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because I'm going to stick some flowers underneath. And I'll make sure I'm putting this. Okay, I liked it like this. I'm going to have it down here. Like I said, I'm just going to lay it down because I might want to move it. I'm kind of cheating and looking at my original, but I might have to move that. So I'm just barely, I'm tapping it a little bit so the glue makes it so it doesn't move too much, but I can still lift it up really easy. Okay, this one is small. I don't want to get a bunch of adhesive on my glass mat, so I'll grab my silicone mat. This, actually, I think I'm going to wait on that. Let's do the leaves first. Get some leaves on, get some adhesive on the leaves. There is a little opening right here, and I can tell I got a little bit of adhesive, so I'm going to take my fingernail and kind of dig that out. It's pretty easy to take out if that happens to you. And this is going to go under here. Now I can lift this up because I don't have it stuck real good. That underneath. Just lay that easy in case I need to move it again. Here's the other leaf. And it's going to go in here. About like that. I think that looks good. Then I've got my little one. I already had the adhesive on there. I'm going to stick it right here, I think, if it stay off my finger. I think I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Okay. I like where all that's at, so I'm going to push it down really good so I know it's on there. This one I'm going to put on with a dimensional. Actually, two. I think I'm going to put one up here. I'm going to kind of make them a little diagonal. If I did them straight across, it would wobble on me. So having them diagonal makes it more stable when you put it on your card. And I'm going to actually cover this one up. And this is just going to make this little trio of flowers look a little different. I kind of wanted to have it look like this instead. So I'm covering up that one flower. And there we go. So that's how I want the flowers to be. I'm going to grab this little guy. The reason I tied this rather than threading it underneath this, whenever I kept tying it, it kept wanting to tie like this, straight up and down. I wanted it to be like this. So I'm going to grab my glue dots. Put the knot right there. Squeeze it really good so that glue dot goes in there. Yes, Jamie, aren't these gorgeous? I love these colors too. I would have never, ever, ever thought of these colors. I love it when Stampin' Up! Gives me some new color ideas. This paper just really inspired me. I love it. Usually I probably like the stamp set better. I have to admit, I still love the stamp set. Don't get me wrong. The paper is what really made me want to get this bundle. It is just so pretty. So there we go. I just thought it needed a little something. I didn't like how straight it was, but it didn't look quite right up here. So I thought I'd put it down here. Every once in a while it looks good just to have it down there at the bottom instead of the top. Now I've got some bling to put on there. Get this out of the way. Oops. And here we go. And I forgot to take this out of the package. Well, it probably helps. Here are the colors. I'm writing them down for me because I can never remember. Oh, thanks, Melissa. I'm glad you like it. Thanks, Robin. And Anne, thank you. Oh, Deb, let's see. Not sure how much I missed. Oh, yeah, you can catch up on the replay. This is just the end of the first card, so you'll still get to see me make the last two. But here are all the colors. This is Shaded Spruce, Berry Burst, Night of Navy, and Blackberry Bliss. And if you look, I don't know if it's going to show up very well. See if the camera zooms in better. It's got gold foil inside it. So it goes right along with the gold and the ribbon. So they're really pretty. I'm going to use the Berry Burst ones because there's some Berry Burst in this paper. And I'm going to put one about right here. Oops. Boy, my putty looks very strange. I think I'm going to do some doctoring here. Hold on. That looks very weird. Okay. I've been having trouble with the putty in this one for some reason. It keeps the tricky thing with this. See, it's still coming out. So you don't want to tighten it. Tighten it too much because then you end up getting too much to come out. But if you don't do it enough, then it's not enough. So I think I got it just right this time. I'm going to, I grabbed a green one. I don't want a green one. That's the next card. I need to do berry burst. Put one right here. No, I think I like it better down here. And then one down here. So that is card number 1. Just, I love that paper. It's so gorgeous. And there's the inside, in case you'd missed the inside. Okay, now card number 2. Yes, it's cherry cobbler again, but I've used other colors. So I've got some wild wheat in this one. And I used one of my favorite designs. I like this one. That was that first one I showed you. Okay. So, you know what? This time I think I'm going to do some stamping. So we've got 2. There's going to be one long one in the kit. So this is going to be for that label again. So I'm going to put that to the side because I'm not quite ready for that. You'll be able to get both labels for both cards out of this piece. This one is a, where'd it go? A 5.5 by 2 1/8, actually 2.5. I'm going to stamp the flowers on here. Grab this. I believe that's what I stamped on here. Something's not looking right. Nope, that's right. Okay. So I'm going to grab this one again. I ended up using cherry cobbler again on these, but this is the only one I did cherry cobbler for this card. I'm going to stamp it over here. And you can see it's still got the detail. For those who came on late, you'll understand this if you watch the replay. But I didn't have to go and push that ink back down because it's still down because it hasn't sat for too long. Because whenever you close these, it goes upside down and the ink starts coming back down again. So once I get to where I've used this a few times and it's not as inky, then I'm not going to have to worry about it anymore. I won't have to keep pushing the ink down. So I've got that one. I need to clean this one. So I'm going to use wild wheat and get that blackberry bliss off of there. Okay, put that there so I don't have to keep bending over to get it. Oh yeah, Crystal, you're right. That when you see it in person, the paper is, I thought it was pretty in the catalog, but yeah, when I got it, I'm like, oh, it's even more pretty than I thought. It's gorgeous. And just think, it's probably even prettier if you've got it in your hand than what you're seeing here in the video, if you can believe that. Because if you're saying, all of you are saying how pretty it looks in the video, it looks even better in person, I bet. Okay. All right. Oh, thanks, Becky and Christy. I'm glad you guys are liking it. And last but not least, I'm going to do this one in shaded spruce again, so I don't need to clean it. And I'm going to put that over here. And that's all I need on this piece. Inside, oh yeah, I'm not stamping the inside. I'm going to put DSP on the inside. Get these out of the way. Bring in this big die cutting machine again. I could have used the small one because I think all these dies do fit in the mini one. But I can get more dies on here, more pieces of paper at the same time. So that's why I got the big one out. I'm going to grab this one too. So once again, this is 8.5 by 2 3/4 to do the 2 labels for the kit. And I think I told you this one, 5 by 2 1/2. Okay, or 2 1/4. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead. No. Yeah, 2 1/4. I'm looking at this wrong. Okay, doesn't matter. I'll have it right in the PDF if you get the card kits. Okay, so to be honest, this is actually 5.5 by 2 1/8. I didn't want to tell you the 1/8 because some people don't like to mess with those, but that makes it so I can get the exact same amount. I can get 8 pieces out of 1 piece of basic white and not have anything left over. So that's why I did the 2 1/8. So you could actually just do a 5.5 by 2 1/4 and be plenty. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. I'd written the wrong size down on the other one, so that's what was throwing me. I had 2.5 down rather than 2 1/4. Okay, so I've got the leaves. I can see the shaded spruce down there in the stem. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. That's another thing that's in the way. If I could make this camera zoom, I would, but it doesn't. I have to have it really low so you can see, so it's not too far away for you. This one has a die too. So get that in the hole of the die. I had them just far enough. I think I'm going to be able to get all the dies on here at once. Oops, don't need that one this time. I sure can. Now, these are real close. I might need to do it separate. I think I'm going to have to do it. Well, no, I think I'm going to be okay. You don't want them to overlap because sometimes that messes up the die cutting. And they're super close together, but I still think it's going to be okay. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring this in, the label again. Get my standard cutting plate on top. The reason I don't mess with the tape on this one, I just need to make sure it stays on the cardstock. I use the tape for the images, though. Oh, hi, Candy. Glad you could make it. Okay. I've got this one again. This time I'm going to use both pieces. So I've got this one, and I want to get that frame out. You know what? I think I'm going to poke it out on each end. Because of all that stitching, it does help. Oh, yeah, that's a lot better. You don't want to rip it because it's coming out easy. Just if you go too fast, you might end up ripping it because it is pretty thin. It's got that stitching on there. Hopefully that'll see. There we go. Always have to wait a second for the camera to focus. Okay, so put that to the side, my second card. And then get all the tape off of here. I've got this cherry cobbler one here. And then the wild wheat one. Take me a while because I'm putting the tape back on my machine so I don't lose it. You can use the tape over and over again, which is nice. Then we got this one. And then the leaves. Okay, now this out of the way. I'm going to grab this again. I'm going to stamp with Pretty Peacock. And the big sentiment says, wishing I were there to give you a hug. So I'm sure there's some people that you wish you were there to give them a hug. So this would be a good greeting to put on a card. And I'm going to put it right in the, well, close to the middle. I never want to say exactly in the middle because I'm eyeballing it. So it's probably not exact. You just need to get it close. There we go. Get that a little closer so you can see it. I love the fonts in this one too. Now that is all the stamping for this card. I'm going to bring in the card base. Once again, it's 5.5 by 8.5 cherry cobbler. Fold it in half, corners together, bone folder. Now this one is what I was telling you last week. I never knew the name of it. It's a tent fold. So you want the tent fold. So you want the fold up here at the top. This is a piece of wild wheat, and I embossed it. Covered it up here. There it is. With the dashing designs. This one came out. It's a little hard to see. I just wanted you to see how the size of the embossing folder. But that's what it looks like when you emboss. So I like this one a lot too. And I'm going to grab this piece of the Regal Winter. This one is a 2x4. Turn this around. I went back and forth. If you don't like all those colors, you can always go with this one. Oh, let me bring it down. With this one too. I like the colors on this one. So I'm going to do this. Get my adhesive on here. And I'm going to actually put this in across the middle. So just eyeball the middle. I'm looking here at the bottom first and looking at the wild wheat to see if it looks like about the same width on each side. That looks pretty good. Got it straight here. Bring it down nice and easy. Oh, I actually cut that the exact size. Cool. Okay, now I am going to put some ribbon around this. So you got 2 pieces of ribbon again. Once again, there's a 10-inch piece. Need to cut it in half to have 2 5-inch for both cards in the kit. And then here is another 14-inch. Fold it in half to get the 2 7-inches you need for both cards. I'm going to take the longer one And my tear and tape again. Oh, good evening, Louisa. I'm glad you're here. Just saw your name pop up. Okay, now this one is actually going to go across like this instead of going up and down with the paper. I usually go with the paper, but I liked it this way. And, oh, wait a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. I kind of covered it up, so it probably doesn't matter. But this is how I'm going to, well, no, it might matter when I go to put the middle thing. You'll understand that in a minute. That sounds like gibberish probably, but here we go. Grab my silicone mat. You want to look at this. One side you can really see the stitching. One side you can't see it very well. So you know this is the back. Let me get my multi-purpose glue. Just put a little bit of glue. You can do little dots or do a nice little string around here. I'm kind of doing little dashes. If it stops, I'll start pushing again. You don't want to push your glue bottle or squeeze it too much because then you're going to get too much glue on it. I'll show you the trick. A lot of you already know because I've shown you before. I can tell I got a little bit too much glue right here. I'm just going to tap it off on my mat. Once that dries, I can peel it off. But that way it's not going to ooze out when I go to put it on here. So I'm going to bring this and make sure it's going this way. And this is just going to go close to the middle. That looks pretty good. Push it down, pat it down, and then I'm going to put pressure on it. The more pressure you put on, the better that glue soaks in. There we go. I had one end that kind of went out a little too much, so I just kind of moved it. That's the nice thing with glue. I can kind of move it a little bit until it's stuck. Okay, now I want to take the 7-inch piece, grab my 2 pieces of the tear and tape I already used. Okay. I wanted to move it up a little bit because this one was really short and this tail was a little longer, so I wanted to make sure I had enough. So I've got it close to the middle. Get that tear and tape there. Make sure it looks straight on here, and that looks pretty good. That right across. Now that the ribbon is on there, I can go ahead and put it on the card base. So I always make sure I have adhesive there in the middle. I mean, the corners. You do not have to do that. Some people just kind of put like 3 rows of the adhesive. That works too. I just always like to make sure I've got some in the corners. I'm going to push that down again because this is embossed. I don't want to bring up the adhesive. I just want to bring up the paper backing lightly, going back and forth. There we go. I can do this so much better with my take your pick tool. My fingernail, I usually end up picking up all of it. Now make sure that fold is on top. And kind of look at your flowers. They're kind of going every which way, but see which way you like the best. I'll just do it this way. That's fine. I think the white ones I'm kind of looking at because like the yellow ones are going, that one's going up, that one's going down, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, now I thought I decided to pop this up with dimensionals, and it's going to go right over the ribbon like so. And since the ribbon is in the middle, there they go. I'm making sure I'm remembering what I did. Yes, I'm going to put one in each corner. And I think I am going to go ahead and put one in the middle. I think I did do that. I was originally not going to since that ribbon's there, but I don't want this to collapse there in the middle. So let's do 5. Get the paper backing off. Oops, dropped it. This time you definitely want to make sure the fold is on top so you don't put this on upside down. And just put it right there in that opening because it came out of there, so it should fit right back in, but it's going to be popped up. That looks good. So there we go. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks kind of cool being popped up like that. Gives a little more dimension. Now I want to put some flowers. No, actually, let's do the inside because I can tell I'm going to forget this. This is the same paper. This one is a 5 1/4 by 1 inch piece. Once again, you can use either side. I almost did the other side for the inside, but I'll go ahead and do it the way I did the original. So you do whichever way you want. That's the nice thing about double-sided paper. You've got a couple options with just one sheet. And I'm going to put this along the bottom, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a white border there on the bottom. I'm going to line this short edge right here because I can tell I made it too long again. There we go. That way, if that one's lined up, I only have one end I have to cut off. Turn it over, put the scissors right up against that cardstock, and that helps guide it so you can cut it off nice and straight. Oh, good, Melissa. I'm glad you like that. I almost didn't pop it up, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try it, and I ended up liking it. So I'm going to put these in the corner, the adhesive in the corners. Put this here. I just love this paper with the cherry cobbler cardstock around it. That just looks gorgeous. Okay, so the inside's just as pretty as the outside. I'm going to bring in the flowers. Now with the flowers, I'm going to be putting it on like this. These sections here are going to be up on the greeting, on the sentiment piece, so I don't need to put any dimensionals on here, but I am going to need to put one on this one. So I'm going to keep my finger on the flower where I want it. Grab my dimensionals, put one there. And then when I do this again, you kind of notice there's some hanging up over here too. So what I'm going to do before I pick it up, I'm going to cut off a little half one here because a full one is going to make it to where it starts going on this too. And if you've got a dimensional on here too, it's going to make the flower slant. So that I don't want to do that. I want it to be flat. So I know it's right here on the edge of this one. So keep my finger there. And put this right along the edge. And I'm just going to put some adhesive, regular seal right here in these other sections. Oops. Put these off. And I'm going to lightly put this down. I'm not going to put it down completely because I might need to lift it up again. Because I'm going to grab this one. This one I decided to just, oh, I got to take that little white piece out of there. Grab my silicone mat again. I'm just going to put some adhesive on here. I'm not going to do any dimensionals because it's going to be on the lower part of the card. I'll stick it under here. Because I didn't put it all the way down, I can bring this up a little bit. I kind of even liked it tucked underneath this sentiment section here since it's already popped up. That kind of makes everybody see the not the illusion, but shows that it's popped up even better. Okay, now I've got this one. This one is going to be on the sentiment too. So I know this is a section I want the adhesive. So I'm barely wanting adhesive on this one. So I'm just going to put the adhesive there. And then I know I want dimensionals on here. So I'll put one here. I'm not sure if a full one. Oh, that'll work fine. There we go. I couldn't remember if I needed a half one or a full one. And this one's going to go under here. But make sure that you don't cover up your greeting. I'm kind of angling a little bit. There we go. So the adhesive, just the regular adhesive is stuck up here and the dimensionals are down here, keeping that popped up so that's all flat. Okay. Oops, I put that on the glue. You know what? Easy thing to fix here. I've got my adhesive remover that we don't sell anymore, but you can still find it. I know you can definitely find it on Amazon. I'm sure there are craft stores and stuff you can find it too. But that glue was already dry, so that's why it was able to come off so easy. Okay. Oh, hi, Mary Pat. Glad you can make it. So now I just need to put on, oh, this ribbon, almost forgot. Once again, I don't want this ribbon to go like this. That's the way it always does if I thread it under here. So I'm going to do it like I did on the last card. I'm going to tie this in a single knot. Before I tighten it too much, I want to make sure it's close to the middle. It's kind of over here on the left too much, so I'm going to kind of scoot it over. And then tighten it a little tighter. There we go. Now I'm going to grab my glue dots. Oh, there they are. I actually did put them away. Squeeze that. That way that glue dot sticks on that ribbon really good. And I'm actually going to put it a little bit on the cardstock too, not just the ribbon. That way I know it's going to stay on there a lot better. Sometimes when you put a glue dot with ribbon on both sides, it may not stay on as well. So get it on the paper just a little bit. But this still makes it look like it's been tied onto this piece already. Then I will grab this and cut these at an angle. Okay. Got the inside done. Now I just need to put the bling on. This time I'm going to use the shaded spruce ones. And these are all the same size. So you just have to pick the color you want. So I've got one there. Grab another one, and I'm going to put it up here. And then another one, put it about right there. And that's card number 2. So hope, oops, went up a little too close. There you go. And there is the inside. So hope you enjoyed card number 2. Now it's time for the last one already. This is going together pretty quick. Okay, now this one, totally different colors. This has got purples and blues in it. No reds at all. And I'm going with this design that's in the Regal Winter. Isn't that gorgeous too? They're just all so pretty. Like this side too. I'm definitely going to use this one. This is a 3x4" piece in case I forget to tell you that. Get all of those out. This is going to be die cut. This one is for stamping. So is that one. Okay, and so is this. So put these to the side. I'm going to go ahead and get the stamping done again. This back. This is an 8.5 by 2" piece for the flowers again. This time I need to clean that. Oh, where'd I put it? There it is. I'm going to stamp this with Night of Navy this time. I need this one too. Go ahead and clean it while I've got this out. And this little flower. And I need to clean this one. And I do believe, yep, that's it. Okay. So I'm going to take this one, grab my Night of Navy. Ink this one up. Hold it down for a few seconds. Love the detail on that one. That Night of Navy is inked just right. And then I need one of these in Blackberry Bliss. Oh, there it is. Once again, I'm going to stamp it like this just so I know I've definitely got enough room for everything. And then I need, oops, let's leave this out. Get some crumbs on here. This is the little one in Blackberry Bliss. And then I need Pretty Peacock. Oh, hi, Romaine. Glad you could make it. You get to see me make the last card, but you can see the other 2 in the replay. And this one needs to be stamped twice. Aren't those colors different? This is another color combo I don't think I would have done. Night of Navy, Blackberry Bliss, and Pretty Peacock. Okay, so I need to stamp on this one. Then I need to grab that thin layer. Where did I put that? I just had it. See, there's the inside. Oh, I know it's here. I'm probably looking right at it again. Oh, there it is. It was under my dimensionals. This is a 3 1/4 inch by 3/4 inch. I'm going to use the one that says Sending Love Your Way. I need the Blackberry Bliss again. I'm going to stamp this close to the middle. There we go. Oh, Romaine, I totally understand. She said she had a bunch of phone calls. That was happening to me yesterday. Or 2 days ago. I was trying to get to the post office and things kept happening. I got there late. Oh, Kate, you said all the colors. Oh, good. I'm glad the colors are inspiring. I'm just getting off of that from that beautiful paper. I love it. Yeah, aren't the colors pretty together, Anne? I really like them too. Yeah, well, thanks, Rob. I'm glad you like them too. Okay, I know I've missed some comments, but I saw a few pop up as I was stamping that sentiment. Okay, one more thing to stamp. Oh yes, I forgot how I did it. This is the inside of the card, 4 by 5 1/4. I'm gonna bring this back in with the Night of Navy. That's the color I use, so I don't need to clean it. And it doesn't matter which two you use. I think I'm going to use these two. Stamp this, and I'm just going to make like a little border down here. So I'm going off the cardstock on purpose. If they overlap, that is fine. I'm just making a nice little border, and that'll be the inside of my card. Get that closer. That is actually all the stamping. I need to do some die cutting though. Get this out of the way. That glue away. I'm going to need that here in a minute. Well, no, I won't. I don't think I need the glue this time. Get this here. Got stamps and ink pads everywhere. Okay. This is still set up for die cutting. Get these little pieces off of here so they don't get in the way. Bring this in. I think this is the only thing I need to die. Yes, it is. I'm not doing any of those. I'm not doing the label this time. Oh, wait a minute. No, I've got this piece. I don't know if I can get all these in here. Oh, I sure can. Yay. This was the reason I got the big one out, because I couldn't have put all these pieces in the little one. I could have done this one strip and just that piece, but not all together. So I will have to put this through one more time since I've got 2 of these to cut. Get these lined up. Oops. Had to see my little stem down here. There, that looks good. Then my little guy. Well, this one's the first one I picked up, so I'm going to go ahead and get that on there. There we go. I think I got it. Trying to look over this microphone again. And I keep hitting, sorry, I hit that camera again. At least I'm not hitting it hard enough to get it, to move it too much. Then I've got this one, oops, upside down. This one lined up. And then, last but not least, I have not used this die. I end up using all of them. I almost used all the stamps. I just didn't use a sentiment. Let's see, the only stamps I didn't use this dotted one. You can do some neat stuff with that, but it just never worked with any of the cards I was making. And the thanks, there's a little thanks right there. Those are the only 2 stamps I didn't use, but I did get all the dies used. So this is a piece that is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So you got plenty of room. You could probably almost get 3 of these. But I just need 1 of them, and you'll have enough for your 2 if you get the card kits. Put this through. Okay. And there are a few little pieces in here. I can take them off with well, I'll show you here in a minute. They come out super easy. I did this card last because I knew I was going to have a lot of little pieces. You can see there's some in there. I don't even have to get my take your pick tool. I'm kind of taking the fingernails of my thumb and one of my fingers and just scratching at it. Not too hard because you don't want to tear it up. But this is going to get most of them, if not all of those little pieces out. They're just falling out. Right there, missing. Sometimes the real little ones may not. Oh, no, it's still coming out. Cool. Sometimes the real little ones, you might have to get your take your pick tool out to get out. I think I got them all. So there we go. So I'll show you a neat thing you can do with this die cut. But yeah, I'm glad I did this one last. I've got a little mess on here. And I've got this one. I'll grab my, oh yeah, there it is. Good. I was afraid I didn't have my little vacuum. So I do want to clean it before I die cut that last one. So there it is in the Night of Navy. Here's this flower in the Blackberry Bliss. We've had other stamp sets. Oh, I forgot to do the little one. Well, that's okay. I got to run this through twice anyway. I could have done that little one with this one. There was plenty of room. There we go. So we've got this one. Now, I don't want all these little bitty pieces because sometimes if you leave little pieces on here and run it through, you're going to have little divots in your cardstock, and I don't want to do that. So grab my trusty little ladybug. And those of you that are new haven't seen me use this, I got this on Amazon. You can just do a search that says ladybug vacuum or desktop vacuum. There we go. Okay, I love this little thing. Now, put this back. Get this on here. That looks pretty good. And where's my little die? It better be, oh, there it is. It was all covered up by the big dies. Get that in there, make sure those stems are in that little V right along the edges. That way I know it's straight. And with these, I always make sure, I forgot to say this, make sure you get your tape, if you're using tape or Post-it notes, get it inside the opening in the middle of the die. If you only get it on the outside and don't push it down here, it can still move. You want it to be wrapped around that die. I've learned that the hard way. Get this on top. And then I'll have everything die cut. Oh, good, Romaine. I'm glad you like that idea. Glad it helped. Oh, Karen, you've got the ladybug vacuum too. I know, it's the best. I used to pick this up and then go to wipe it off in a little trash can. But as soon as you lift it up, it's probably the static and everything. All the little pieces would start flying everywhere. I could never just pick it up nice and slow. They would just start flying. So using that vacuum, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, so now I've got this one, and let's get that little one before I lose it. That one's in the Blackberry Bliss. Okay. All done with the die cutting machine tonight. Well, there's a little piece I missed. Get that in my trash can. There. Finally got all the little pieces. Now, this is the piece of Blackberry Bliss, the 5.5 by 8.5 for the card base. And Melissa loves her ladybug vacuum too. They're wonderful. Okay, get those corners lined up. And once again, this will be a regular card, so I've got the fold on the left. This time I decided not to emboss this. This is a 4 by 5.25 inch piece of Night of Navy. I almost did, but I just couldn't pick one that I really liked because I didn't want it to deter from this paper. I just think that is so pretty. So every once in a while, I don't do any die cutting. Let me find there it is. So I'm going to turn this over. And I'm not going to use any ribbon on this one. I almost did, but it didn't need it. And I'm going to put this one kind of in the center up and down, but I'm going to angle it like so. Let me get my original so I can see exactly where I put it. So it's over to the left a little bit more than to the right. But up and down, it's about the same. So I've got that there. I want to grab my greeting. Once again, I'm going to grab my silicone mat again. I'm going to turn this over. Here's the bottom. Keep my thumb there. That's where the bottom's at. There's my thumb still there, so I know it's over here. I'm going to take my adhesive and go right along the bottom edge. Make about 2 strips, I think, to make sure that this stays on. I'm going to bring this in. I can see which one edge I like better. They really both look good. You can turn it around. Oh, I'll just do this one. They both look good. Now, this one's a little bit longer, the die cut is, than the sentiment piece, but that is okay. I liked the look. But this is going to put a little border on this. So there we go. And then that adhesive I put on there is holding that down so I don't have to worry about putting glue on those little pieces there. Oh, hi, Leslie from Sydney. Glad you're here. Yeah, isn't this, I love the bundle and the DSP too. It's just gorgeous. Okay, so I'll put this to the side for right now. And since I'm not putting ribbon on this, I can go ahead and put it on the card base. Oh, Oh, I did stamp the inside. Never mind. I was getting ready to say I still had to stamp the inside, but I already did that. Put this on here. So this is Night of Navy and Blackberry Bliss. I don't know if I would have ever put those two colors together, but I like it. I'm going to go ahead and put the inside in before I cover it up and lose it. Or just plain forget. I have done that before. I've gotten done with the video. I'm like, oh, I didn't put the inside in. And I've also forgot to put ribbon on before. And there we go. So that's done. I want to bring in these. And I am going to be putting this on with dimensionals, but I'm not going to take the paper backings off just yet. I'm going to go ahead and get it prepared. And I made the mistake. I did a straight line and mine kind of wobbles a little bit. So I'm going to put one up here in the top left corner, put one here in the bottom right corner, making sure I don't go past the white because you don't want to see the dimensional through the openings in this pretty peacock. And this will just go right in the middle. Well, the paper backing started coming off. I don't want that to happen yet. There we go. And that's also going to hold this on a little bit too, but that adhesive we put on there is going to hold it with no problem too. I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to be lining up the left edge of the sentiment piece with the left edge of the Night of Navy. And that's about where I'm going to put it. I don't want to put it down just yet because I'm going to start putting these flowers down. Now, all of these are going to be put on with, where'd my little one go? There we go. I'm going to get them all out. All of these are going to get regular adhesive. So I don't need them for these bigger ones, but for this little small one, I'm going to grab my silicone mat, put some adhesive, mainly in the center again, and just lay it down. I'm going to do it like we've done before, so that way we can put some flowers underneath it. And it's going to go, I'm just going to lay this down and we'll see how it looks. And then this goes across here. That looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to grab one of these. No, actually, I'm going to grab this Blackberry Bliss one first. Oops. Now this one I can cover. You don't have to, but I'm not going to put anything underneath this. Well, yes, I am here at the top. But I'm going to make sure I can still lift it up again if I need to. This one underneath. So it's going to be a partial. And I don't want, I'm okay with it going over the Night of Navy, but I don't want it to go past the card base. I think I'm going to move this blue just a little bit. I want to show that a little bit more. Or angle it a little more. Okay. Now I'm going to take this little guy. Adhesive on there. And he's going to be coming out right here, hiding underneath both of those flowers. Then this one is going to go right up here at the top. Stick it under. And kind of angle it over here because I don't want it to cover up that little flower. I'm going to bring it up a little higher too. I'm covering up a little more than I want to. That looks good. So I'll push that down. Now I've got this last one to put in. And this one is going to go down here. So now I've got all these on here. I kind of have an idea where I want this. It doesn't matter if that greeting's out of the way. And because I didn't push that Night of Navy one down all the way, I can lift it up a little bit again. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to push them all down so they're attached really good. Get the paper backings off of this. Lay this down nice and easy. So it's going to cover up the flowers just a little bit, but I liked the way they were poking out from underneath it. Let's see. I'm going to move this over just a little bit, not quite to that edge of the Night of Navy yet. Make sure it's straight before I push it down, because you can still move this around even though there are dimensionals on it before you push it down. I'm not pushing it down. I'm just laying it down. There we go. So the trick is just make sure you don't push it down until you like where it's at. Because once it's down, it's down. Okay. Bring these back in. I'm going to take the Blackberry Bliss ones. I went back in between the Night of Navy and the Blackberry Bliss. Those are the only two I haven't used yet. The Night of Navy you couldn't see very well, so I thought did the Blackberry Bliss to pop them. But if you want them to be subtle, the Night of Navy looks good too. So I'm going to put one there, put one over here, and then I'm going to put one about right there. So there is the last card, all done. Oh, thanks, Jamie. I have to admit, I think this is my favorite one too. I waited till do it last because of all the little pieces, but sometimes I also like to do my favorite card last. And that's what's happening this time because I really like this one. I'm going to put this one here, bring them all back in. Oh, thanks, Leslie. She's saying thumbs up. Thanks. Yeah, when I first looked at this, I have to admit, I was saying this was my favorite. I think this one's my favorite. This is the same design with those colors. It's just really pretty. I can't say enough about this DSP. It's gorgeous. Oh, thanks, Romaine. I'm glad you like it. Thanks, Judy. And let's see, Patty. Oh, yeah, I said. Looking at all your, I know I missed some here. Oh, but last one I saw was Melissa. So let me do this here. Thumbs up. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. Thanks, Kate. I'm glad you liked it. And Crystal. This one's her favorite too. Yep. I have a funny feeling. Yep. Marva likes this one the best. Anne agrees. You like the first and last though? Yeah, this is definitely my second. So it's this one, and then this one. But I had a lot I made these last night, if you can believe it. I'm getting a little faster making cards for this class. Usually I end up staring at them like, okay, what am I going to do? I did stay up until midnight last night, but I got done with the cards probably around 11:30. Got to bed at midnight. Yeah, this DSP packet's gorgeous, isn't it, Robin? I love it. Okay. Let's see, Jan. Thanks, Jan. Favorites, the blue one. Yep. There's just something. It's like I said, it's just a combo. I would have never done Pretty Peacock, Night of Navy, and Blackberry Bliss together. But I think I will remember that. That is just gorgeous. Okay. Think that's about it for now. We got the class done. We will go over the door prize. Well, I'll tell you that right now. If you live in the United States, because I know a lot of you came on late, if you live in the United States and want to be part of my door prize drawing, you need to type in hashtag door prize just like you see it there on the screen. It has to be exactly like that for the program to pull up your comment to put you in the drawing. Because I've got a program that decides who the winner is at the end of the video. And that's going to be for the swirl dots, or adhesive-backed swirl dots. These are the ones part of that latte suite, but they're perfect for fall projects too. And up here is pecan pie. You just can't see it. And I don't want to open it up because I want to give a brand new one to whoever wins this. So these are the white, petal pink, and pecan pie up here at the top. So that's for everybody watching live here tonight. That's the hashtag door prize. And you do need to live in the United States to enter. And during the everybody on the live and everybody that's watching the replay will be put in the drawing for this that lives in the United States and does hashtag door prize. And I'll announce the winner for this one next week in the wheel. Like if you saw the beginning, I picked the winner from last week's, which was Jamie, and it was in that wheel. So if you're watching the replay, it's okay if you don't type it in just right because I'm the one that enters all the names in the wheel. So human eyes see it, so I'll know what you mean. But here during the live, make sure you type it in just right so that way you can get in the drawing for this one. So people that watch live get the chance to get they have two chances to get a door prize. And the people watch the replay, I want to make sure you guys still can get in on one. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to talk about the class because there's always a delay. So everybody can get their hashtag door prize in there that wants to. And just so you know, because I just saw Judy put one in, if you're on my team, because I know a couple of you on here that haven't been on here for a while, you get in on the drawing too. So even people on my team can win. Because I think Patty won a couple weeks ago. Okay, so if you, let me grab my card kits, I put them at the end of my table here. If you place a $40 order, get this ticker going, before shipping and tax, using the host code that's going to pop up right now, you will get the card kits to make 2 each of these 3 cards. So that's that $40 order using the host code. And that's before shipping and tax. Make sure you look at the right total. And then if you bump it up to a $50 order using that host code, you will get also the full pack of the Regal Foiled Dots that I used in the on the cards. So up here's the shaded spruce. You saw the colors here while I was making the cards. So $40 order before shipping and tax with the host code. You get the card kits to make 2 each of the cards. $50 order with the host code. You also get these added on with the card kits. Okay, and if you have a $150 order before shipping and tax, take that host code off. You'll still get these card kits and the embellishments, and you'll also get Stampin' Awards from Stampin' Up. But if it's under $150 before shipping and tax, make sure you use that host code. That's the only way you can be able to get these. Okay, that is probably enough. I haven't seen anybody else put hashtag door prize. I always like to wait a couple minutes. And if I've missed any of your comments, I will look at them, and hopefully I didn't miss any questions or anything. I try my best to see the comments, but once I get making cards, a lot of times I end up missing them. So I'm going to go ahead and go to me for just a second. Okay. Oops. I did it again like I did last week, I'm afraid. Let me look. I don't know why it does that. Oh, well, I'm gonna look. Well, here, I'll just do that in the background. So I'm gonna go back to the cards. But I hope you guys enjoyed the class. Like I said, I'm gonna wait probably another minute, probably 30 more seconds for the hashtag door prize. So make sure you get that in. If there wasn't a delay, I wouldn't have to wait so long. But I just want to make sure everybody gets a chance, because once I hit that the raffle, then it'll start. It'll be too late. Okay, I'm gonna go back down here. I'm gonna bring in. This is here. Let me move the cards out of the way. This is what we're featuring right now, the door prize. I'm going to see if I can get the comments back on. I don't want to make you sick because I have to move my camera to where I would be sideways. Okay. There we go. Now I can see everybody's comments again. Oh, do auto scroll. Okay, good. I think everybody's on. Oh, Ellen says the first one's her favorite. I do like the pinks in that. It's definitely, for me, in between these two. This was the first card I actually made, and then I made these two. Okay, so I think we've gotten enough time going here. I'm going to go ahead and get the raffle going here. I've actually got it set up this time. I usually forget to do it. So I'm going to count to 3, and then I'll start. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Myra. I'm glad you won. I know I've got your address, so you don't have to give it to me. So I will mail, when I mail door prizes out, when I mail out card class at homes, and I'll be doing last week's cards at the beginning of the week. So that's when I'll get that mailed out to you. So congratulations. And get your name written down here. Find my pencil. But Myra K. That doesn't look like a Y, but it is. So congratulations, Myra. Okay. Well, it looks like we're caught up, so I'm saying congratulations, Myra. So I hope you guys enjoyed the class. Bring the cards back in again. And I'll put the host code up. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to me now. That way I feel like I'm talking to you a little better. Oh, got to get this camera back down. So I hope you guys enjoyed the class. Oh, congratulations, Myra. I just saw you're on, so you got to see you won. Okay, I am going to, what am I doing here? I just went blank. I forget what I was going to say. Okay, get this down. Oh, you do have until October 9th, next Wednesday, to place your order, and it's midnight your time zone. So if you're in the Pacific time zone, just by midnight, or 11:59 p.m., I guess. But I'm not going to be a stickler because I don't place the order till the next day. So, okay, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the class. I know there was something else I was going to do, but I cannot remember for the life of me what I was going to say. It must not have been important. So I hope you guys all stay safe, stay dry. Saw there might be another hurricane. Hopefully it's going to go somewhere else or not become a hurricane. Let's all pray for that. We've had enough hurricanes, I think, this year. So my prayers are for anybody that was in the way of that. I hope you guys are all doing okay. Be praying for you. And I will see you again next week. And hopefully we'll be getting my Halloween 12 weeks of fall and Halloween video up real soon. The video's done. I just need to edit it and get it up. And I've just been behind. Monday the weather was changing and I get affected by that. So I didn't get a lot done Monday. Just losing one day, I end up getting behind. So I'll get caught up again though. Oh, thanks, Anne, for being able to watch. I'm glad you got to watch live. So you guys have a great week and I'll see you later. Bye.